My name's Jack, I'm 20 years old and I do parkour and freerunning. I've been training since I was 11 years old. I started out as just doing flips and tricking, like with my friends. Yes, as I got to about 14 I started moving on to actual parkour and freerunning, and then just started from there. I started training, as I say, when I was 11. What influenced me was basically, I didn't have any major influences, but like as a kid I always enjoyed, like climbing on walls and rails and stuff. So I guess it just kind of grew from there. Like I had a few mates who just started doing like flips and stuff, and then as I got a bit older, to around 13, 14, it grew into something different. So that's when I kind of headed into parkour and freerunning, and just stuck to it from there. Obviously, like there's the tricking side of it, which is just like pure flips, and that's where like it's kind of evolved into like kind of capoeira and stuff. But then you've just got the parkour side, which is where you got your arm jumps and your precisions, and then you got free running, which is literally like a mixture of both, which is what I do. I like the free running. I like mixing the parkour movements with the flips. Like in my opinion, that's what looks the best. So if I had to choose one of them, I do free running. There's loads of different places in Lincoln to train. Like the main one being City Hall. Like when I first started out training, this was like the place where everyone meets, and still to this day when people train, this is where everyone meets. This is like the beginner, intermediate, and expert spot. There's also like M&S and other spots around Lincoln. Also, like I travel to like different cities, so I've been to Sheffield, Leeds, Grimsby, Cleethorpes. Like there's loads of places over the country that I travel with friends and stuff. Well, everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. Like some people prefer the tricking side to it, which is probably like me. Some people like the actual jumping over walls, precisions kind of stuff. So like say City Hall for instance, there's a lot of rails here. So for people that are like good with rails and bouncing, this is like a perfectly ideal place to come. And then again, like if you go up the hill, you got the castle and stuff, which is just grass, and you get good step-ups for tricking. That's where I like to be. So every different spot just has a unique part of free running that other people can utilise and be good at. There was one injury in particular when I was 15. Like I'd been training for like a year, like parkour properly at that time, and at the time I didn't really understand what parkour was. So at that time I just kind of thought, it was like just jumping over, like doing reckless jumps and stuff like that, which was a bit of a mistake, because I did a jump just up in the centre of Lincoln. It's called Mind's Eye. And I was 15 at the time, and when I did it, I landed wrong. I landed on my heel, and I was supposed to land on the ball of my foot. That's why you're supposed to roll. And I had to be helped off the roof, and I went in an ambulance and broke my heel in 8 different places, and couldn't walk properly for about 8 months, which was devastating. That's my main injury. It's hard to give advice, because a lot of people that start parkour and freerunning are kids, and I remember when I was a kid and people tried to give me advice, and obviously being a kid I was a bit naive, so I didn't really listen to what they had to say, which resulted in my big injury. But if I were to give any advice, just don't start off doing just big things that look cool. Just start with the proper technique and things, and make sure you're doing it safely. Is the biggest bit of advice I can give.
So old and fine, I've known you for some time. Whole life changed wild, roads like yours and mine. Go dance in the woods and down we go, down, down. Oh boy, you're mine, do you remember those times?
Seems just like yesterday how we used to hang old game. Talking about everything that we wanted until you hit the fast lane. You were so open, now closing. Do you even know where you're going? Lighting up every night if you got it in sight. Now your life's gonna smoke, you're glowing. Gone. You see, you were everything that I wanted to be. The one who always got the best out of me. Now those are the parts that let nobody see, but you give me motivation. Elevated all my trust. Crazy how inspiration can just turn into disgust. Whenever it's over, I'm out doing me. When you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? Drinking and smoking and toking, I'm hoping you soaking the words that you said you would be. It's like graduation made you second guess your goals. And this life did beat you down, but it was you who dug the hole. And the same shit's getting old, but we're only getting older. Yet you say this world is cold, well my heart is growing colder. Cause nothing with you ever gives, and maybe that's how it is. You and I do got history, but history is all it is.
So old and fine, I've known you for some time. Whole life changed wild, roads like yours and mine. Go dance in the woods and down we go, down, down. Oh boy, you're mine, do you remember those times?
Go dance in the woods and